So let's get reading. So as I say at the beginning of every reading class, you might be able to read these words by sight, just looking at it. You might even guess what it is, but that is not the purpose. That's what you have relied on up till now, is kind of figuring out what the word is by context clues or guessing but based on the first few letters and the size and shape of the word, or just kind of memorizing it by sight. But that doesn't teach you how to read. That teaches you how to read specific words one time. So I'm teaching you how to read so that you can read any word all the time. All right, so let me share my screen again. All right, our first word is let me make this bigger, bring it down. So when you have an A that comes right before an L, that A is going to sound like a short O, as in all, always, or salt. A with an L after it says ah. This U is going to make its long sound and say oo, because there is another vowel in the next one or two spots. That's the tap two rule. U has two long sounds. It can say its whole name, U, or just that last part, oo, and it will come out naturally based on the shape of your mouth when it made the sound before it. So you don't have to worry about which long sound it's going to make most of the time. In this word, it's going to sound like oo. This I is in the middle syllable, and when I is in the middle syllable, so there's a vowel before it that doesn't touch it, and a vowel after it that doesn't touch it. Wait a minute. It's not in the middle syllable, is it? I thought that there would be one over here, but there's not. So it doesn't follow the confidence rule because it's not in the middle syllable, and so it doesn't qualify for the confident rule. But it does qualify for the tap two rule. There's two consonants after it, so it can still say I. So take a minute and pencil read this word, and then I'll come in after you and read it with you. I'm going to give you one more little tip though. S has two sounds. It can make its quiet sound S or its vibrating sound Z. And it usually makes its vibrating sound when the sounds before it and after it also vibrate, which these two do. So it's going to say Z in this word. All right, so we have ah, ol, t, oo, I, z, m. Altruism. Altruism. Make sure you get this R pronounced really clearly, because it might be hard to push that sound out in that spot, but force it. Altruism. Altruism. Did you get altruism without me? Yes or almost? Y or A? Fatima, I understand. I absolutely understand. Good. All right, altruism. The A, the U, and the I was confusing to me. Yeah, I can see that. Altruism. 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 Altruism means what? I have no idea. Unselfishness. Oh yeah, I think I knew that. Altruism means unselfishness. Next. Next. You guys might already know this word. Nope, I don't want it. Skipping it. Let's do this one. Okay, so it's a Greek word, we can tell because there's a medial Y right here. When you see a Y in the middle of a word, it's a Greek word, and that I acts as an I. So But first, let's talk about this silent letter pair. PS is a silent letter pair. You don't hear the P, you only hear the S. Okay, now this Y is going to act like an I. This CH is going to act like a K because it's a Greek word. And in Greek words, CH says K, as in school or chemistry. We could tell it was a Greek word because of that Y in the middle. So we know that that CH is going to say K. Now, since that CH makes only one sound, this tap 2 rule is going to use these next two sounds, not necessarily the next two letters. So this I is going to make its long sound because there is a vowel in the next one or two sound spots. This O is going to make its long sound because there's also another vowel in the next one or two spots. This O is going to make its long sound because there's also another vowel in the next one or two spots. This A is a rule breaker. Darn it. I was trying to avoid rule breaker words, but it's going to make it short sound for a reason that I have no idea. It just is a rule breaker. So this A says ah. And this I says I. Ik is a common suffix that comes at the end of words. C is going to make us normal hard sound. All right, so we have S. And then I'm not going to do the rest of the sounds. I'd like for you to do it. Try it on your own. Go ahead. So Mohammed, sure, I can repeat that. In Greek words, the CH says K, makes the K sound. All right, so we have S, I, K, O, S, O, M, A, T, I, K. I'm going to go one sound at a time because it's a doozy, and sometimes that's the easier strategy so that you don't have to remember what the sounds were at the beginning by the time you get to the end of a really long word. You're going to just grab one new sound at a time. Sigh, psych, psycho, psychos, psychoso, psychosome, psychosoma, psychosomat, psychosomatic, psychosomatic, psychosomatic. That's quite a word. How was that one for you? Did you get it without me? Y or A? For almost. Psychosomatic. For those of you who put yes, did you already know the word before you just read it? Almost got the S. I didn't get it. Oh, really? So you read it today for the first time? That's cool. You knew the psycho? Yeah. This is a, whoops. That's a common prefix for a lot of words. And that's good. If you can pull out word parts that you recognize, that's great. Okay, so read this first word up here while I write the second one down. If I can spell it right. And then read this second one. All right, next word. So we have altruism and psychosomatic. Psychosomatic. My brain knew the A was short. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That works, Taryn. Did I do that one before? Oh, I did psychoanalysis. Very similar. So psychosomatic means psychological. Okay, next word. All right, what do we have here? We have a rule breaker. This E is going to say for no reason. It just breaks the rules. Sometimes when we get to these longer words, they just break the rules sometimes. I'm sorry. I apologize for the English language that it has so many rule breaker words, but I'll warn you when we have a pattern, a vowel that breaks the reading pattern. This C is going to make its hard sound because that's what C always says when there's not an E, I, or Y after it. This kun right here, that is a Latin root that is pronounced as kun. It is that O makes the schwa sound. Okay, so that O makes the schwa sound right there and says This I is in the middle syllable. There's a vowel before it that doesn't touch it and a vowel after it that doesn't touch it, so it follows the confident rule and it gets to say I. Same with this one. There's a vowel after it. That one touches it, but that one doesn't. So it still qualifies it for the middle syllable. So that gets to say, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. So this follows the E rule because when I is toward the end of a multisyllable word and there's a vowel after it, it says E. So again, when you see I toward the end of a longer word and there's a vowel after it, it says E. This A follows the tap 2 rule and says A. TI says shh when it's toward the end of a longer word and there's a vowel after it. And O says makes the schwa sound just like this one when it's toward the end of a longer word and there's a consonant after it. Now every single one of these markings, every single one of these rules has an entire 30-minute lesson devoted to teaching it. So this is a lot of information if you're brand new. But I also am repeating it for those who are brand new and for those who have been around for a while, just so you can get that constant repeat. But don't worry if you're like, how is everybody picking all of this up? They haven't. They've been here for about a year or longer. They were here when every single one of these patterns had its own 30-minute rule. Okay, so take a second and pencil read this word for me. Okay, so we have k, n, s, I, l, e, a, sh, n, re, rec, recca, reckon, reckons. There's that voiceless sound that S usually makes. Reconci, reconcile, reconcilie, reconciliate, reconciliation, 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 to reconcile something, reconciliation. How did you do on that one? Did you get it without me? A, Y, or A? You can spell the word with a C to the right. You can spell the word with a C. Daryl, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. Sorry. I'm reading a book, but I'm having a hard time reading. However, in your class, I can read the word better because of you explaining the rules. So it's going to take a little bit of time for all of the reading rules that you're learning to transfer into your long-term memory and for your subconscious to begin to trust words again. So you've gone a whole lifetime of guessing and panic mode reading and just kind of sight word reading, not really understanding why words are spelled the way they are. So it's going to take a little bit of time for your brain to trust that you know how to read these words, to give up guessing, and to have the reading patterns become more accessible in your long-term memory and to apply them more quickly. So that's very common. Reconciliation. Okay, let's fit one more word in here. So say that first word at the top of the bottom of the screen. Altruism. altruism. And here we have psychosomatic, and reconciliation. Okay, let's try this one. So here we have the prefix sub. Sub means below or smaller than. So I almost told you the whole word. This U is going to make it short sound because of the tap 2 rule. I told you that this says sub, rats. Anyway, you now know that this first 3 letters is sub. I almost said the whole thing, but I caught myself. This O right here is not going to sound like the con as in connector in the last word that we just had. This O is going to make it short sound and follow the tap 2 rule just like normal. Now, this S I'm going to skip for a second. CI says shh when it's toward the end of a longer word and there's a vowel after it. It says shh, just like TI and SH. These all say the same thing. Now, because this says shh, this S sound is going to blend into this SH sound. It's going to be hard to hear the S at all. And so you don't hear the I. CI says shh together. And then here's our OUS suffix that says us. So go ahead and try to read this word. Be careful that you don't put an N right here. Don't let an N slip in. There's no N right there. All right, so we have S, B, K, A, N, Sh, S. Subconscious. Don't make it subconscious. No N. Subconscious. That is your autonomic nervous system. So try this right here, this word. Altruism, and then we have this. Psychosomatic, then we have this. Reconciliation, and then we have this. Subconscious. Hard words, but if you can read subconscious, my friends, you can read just about anything. So hopefully you are seeing that when you see some words out in the real world, you're like, wait a minute, I know what that CI says, or there's computer, there's that COM at the beginning that says So the more that you come, the more that these reading patterns will begin to appear in your conscious mind, not in just your learning in class. You'll be able to think, hey, wait a minute, I've learned that rule. So come as much as you can, watch the videos as much as you can so that all of that knowledge will sink into your long-term memory. Nice and deep. All right, my friends, happy Thanksgiving. There is no class next week for Thanksgiving break. Have a wonderful week and we'll see you after Thanksgiving. Bye, everybody.